Today we'll be doing an unboxing and review of Mezco 112's Robin. Hey, what's going on, friends? It's your boy Big Nerdo here, and thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a little bit since I've done a video, just been taking care of some stuff with family and work, and just haven't had time to put the videos out. I'm still been collecting, so don't ever think that stopped. No, never stopped collecting. Been collecting, but just haven't had a chance to do the videos. Now, most of us collectors have been wanting this for a long time, for Mezco 112 to start building on the Bat family. We have plenty of Batman figures, and we even have a Robin from the Batman 66 model, but it's not like what we've got here today. This is kind of like a landmark, and they've actually showed previews of a Nightwing that they're building. Now, I have one question, though. Why they decided to go with Damian? If you know why, and just leave that in the comment below. I'd like to know, and maybe some other people in the community would like to know as well. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at the box art, because it does look really good. And let's just keep on going and deep dive into this bad boy. I'm excited. Let's roll. Kudos to Mezco for coming up with creative ways to do their box art. I'm a fan of box art, so I like this. This is more of a reconstruction of Robin's torso and I guess pants. The tunic would have the R insignia with the red. The utility belt across there going down into his pants. In the background, it looks like we got some stock art. I'm thinking it's supposed to be Gotham City. It looks nice. It looks decent. Robin up in the top. 112 down at the bottom. DC over here. Let's go to the side. Got that famous R logo right there, which is so nice. 112 Mezco by collectors, for collectors down at the bottom. And on the back. On the back, we got this nice full box size art piece here of Damian lunging down with his birdarangs in his hand, about to cause some damage. That evil, mean mug he got sometimes. I really like this box art. If you know where this picture comes from, leave it in the comment below. I know I've seen it somewhere, but I can't pin it. So if you know, I'd appreciate it if you share it with the group. Yeah, this is it. I really like this. You could just put this up somewhere and it just be its own little art piece. So I like when Mezco takes the time to do something like this. I mean, usually on the back they show all of the accessories and the figure, but you know what? You're going to see all of those in a second. So just having this on the back is just a lot more use of space for me, as opposed to just everything that I know what's in the box. So yeah, good job on that. Speaking of what's in the box, let's take a closer look. Now let's get Robin out of the package and take a closer look at what we're getting inside. Turn that to the side and let's pop this puppy open here. There we are. I'm going to get the box out of the way. Now we have two sleeves, so I'm just going to take that off while the top one's on, so nothing goes flying, because there's a ton of accessories and a lot of little pieces. So there we go. Layer number one, layer number two, and as always, we'll go over all the accessories and everything that he comes with. And there's quite a few different options, which I like, because as you're collecting and you want to display, you want to mix it up, right? Comes with a bow, comes with some batarangs, arrows and swords and staff. So really get a ton of options, so you won't get tired of seeing Robin in different poses for a while. Let's get him out of here. And he looks really good. You know what? Let's put him on the display on the turntable and take a closer look. Now, collectors, I'm pretty sure we can relate to this. We ask Mezco, we ask these companies to make us these figures. We've been waiting for these figures. Why are you taking so long? Give us these figures. And then they come out and we're like, okay, y'all did a good job with this one. You're seeing a lot of things in it that you're like, you wish you could have done a bit better, but we're just happy they made one. We're just happy we got it to throw in the collection. So we kind of overlook some of the things and just focus on the fact that they made one and they'll make more. There's already a Nightwing in the mix, and I don't want to stop production on that. Let's keep it going and just work on things as we move. We'll talk about a few of those things afterwards. I'm going to take off the cape so you can see a little bit more of the uniform at the back. Let's go. Now, you may have seen in some videos, if you watched any other reviews on it, and I'm pretty sure you have, but I'm still glad you're watching ours. You may have seen in some of the other videos that you got the cape is on with elastics. I don't know if you can see those there. Hold on. Some elastics there. So it's really on pretty secure. So you're not going to lose the cape, which is a good thing. But you got to take the head off first because it is pretty tight. And then remove it over the neck. And you want to be careful because, you know, one thing about the Mezcos, the stitch work sometimes behind the scene isn't as always luxurious as it is on the outer parts. So this is where they kind of cut a bit of corner. So be careful when you're taking it off of the elastics, because especially with the spikes on the forearms here, you want to make sure, and this is like inside, stitch work's just a little bit mid, but you know, it's all good. You're never going to see it, so you're just happy that, you know, on the outer part, it does look proper. And we'll throw the head back on. All right, let's get it one more time on the turntable. Let's go. Now here he is on display without the cape. No fancy poses. Still working on the best pose work for my figures. So that's just one of my adventures that I'm working on and trying to get better at. But as you can see, the detail goes all throughout the back. And I don't know if you're seeing on the face, but yeah, that is a run. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But let's take one more closer look at it up close, and then we'll get into some accessories. Usually from the turntable, I move on to accessories, but I did want to just bring it up a little bit closer so you guys could see some of the details throughout the uniform here. And I mean, it looks really good. I love the detail, the sequence of it. On the back, you know, the stitch work at least is somewhat on point. A little bit off there, but again, that's nitpicking in who's gonna have it without its cape. I don't know. Mine's gonna have the cape on, so that stitch work in the back you won't even notice. Yeah, let's look at some of the accessories. Yeah, you're seeing right there. You are seeing correct, and this is something common that a lot of people have been mentioning. Let's get into some accessories, shall we? And now we got Robin out the package with all of his accessories. Let's take a closer look. We got 3 interchangeable head portraits. His face mask that goes on these 2 head portraits. It really just slides on and comes right off. There's no clicking or anything, just comes right off, nothing major, and it stays very secure, so you don't have to worry about it falling off. Once you got it on, it's not going to fall off, so you're good there. His fists, his bow and arrow holding hands that come with 3 arrows, and his retractable bow. He comes with Berdarang holding hands, and in total he comes with 3 small Berdarangs. I'm calling big finger warning on these, so if you got big mitts, these ones are a little bit tricky. You can lose them very easily. He comes with 2 medium-sized Berdarangs. These are the red ones, and they go in the same hand. They just slide in between the thumb and the finger, and he can hold them just as easy. And he comes with 1 large Berdarang that just goes over his hand. His larger gripping hands for his katana and his bow staff. 2 opened hands for action poses. And one of my favorites, an in-action throwing hand with batarang effect. And 1 open, relaxed hand for posing. He comes with his wrist grapple and grapple effect. Now I'm calling big finger alert on this one again. If you have big mitts like me, putting this into the effect here is going to be quite difficult. So the little peg there has to go into this little piece right here. Quite trying. But the grapple does go on fairly easy. I'll just take it off here. Take off the hand and slide it over. And it has a little piece here which goes around the spikes. Goes around the spikes on his wrist, on his forearm, I should say. And yeah, it just slides right on. It's pretty simple and effective. Getting the wrist grapple in, it's a little bit more trying. Maybe not as difficult as I tried to. Not as difficult as I made it out to be. Put it that way. See if I can get the whole thing in the shot here. Yeah, well, you get the gist, right? He also comes with a display base, which I do like, and its ever standable Mezco adjustable post. And how can I forget his posable wired cape? Wired through the back. On all the seams there's wires, giving you full movement, so that's pretty good. Now for articulation, I took the cape off so we can get a better look at what we got going on here. Still really like the suit, but that's not what we're here for right now. So, as always, start with the head. Full exorcist on the head, full 360. Range of motion, up, down, side to side. So you get very good motion out of that. Moving down to the arms. Arms do go up all the way, actually even a little bit higher. Mind you, with the cape on, you're not going to get that movement there. You don't get a full rotation on the arms because of the fact that the material and the full body suit he has on. So it goes up all the way, goes back very far. So you're getting a very flexible figure out of this, even with the full body suit on, which is quite amazing. Wrist gauntlets. Wrist and gauntlets move. Wrists move as well. Double jointed elbows as always. And you get that upper arm twist as well, which is very good. Okay. 2 points of motion in the torso, upper. It's a very small motion though. And then the lower part in the waist there, bending forward that far roughly, bending back. Again, with the material and the bodysuit, you're not going to get much. Twists about that far, side to side. So that's where you're losing your motion. You're getting it anywhere where the black is, but where the red is in this part here, you're not getting much. Full Jean-Claude Van Damme in the splits, going all the way. Legs go forward pretty far and back fair bit. If he's standing up straight, I guess. Fair bit there. You know, I guess that's the hip. Movement in the hip. I just heard something click, so I'm not going to do that too much. You can mess around with drawers if you want, but I'm not going to twist that too much. Double joint in the kneecaps. And it goes all the way back. Man, this guy's the real deal on the flexibility tip, I'll tell you that much. Above the boot, does twist. The boot twists. And it twists pretty far back for the boot. That's the boot part. And in the ankle, you do get some twist motion, sorry. And foot goes up. And the foot goes down about that far. Now, he got them clown feet, like he's in the circus, but that's for motion. And that's for posability, and that's how he could stand. So, you know, you got the big feet, and hopefully you don't notice it that much. But when you're getting him in some really good poses, you'll be thankful that his feet were that long. Yeah, that's it. Let me know if I missed anything. So I've decided in this comparisons portion that I would show a few of the figures that I've collected that I didn't do videos for, but just more in my pastime. And starting with Mafex Steel and Cyborg Superman, as I'm trying to build Death and Rebirth of Superman line. They have the Rebirth Superman in all black, which I want to get. They've already announced Eradicator and Superboy, so having those as a whole line will be pretty amazing. And Doomsday from DC MT's Mega Figure, I'm getting that as well. And yeah, I'm going to just sort of build that whole line there. So that's just a bit of a preview as to that line that's happening. But there he is with Robin. As you can see, Robin's supposed to be a younger man, so the comparison looks decent. Yeah, let's keep on going. Speaking of Superboy, we have some DC MT figures. We got Superboy and Impulse. Now they're 7-inch figures, but yeah, I still don't mind how they look. I imagine that Robin's a bit younger than them, so yeah, it doesn't work half as bad as I thought it would. So here he is with DC MT's Robin, and it's still in the package. Haven't opened it yet. Have a hard time opening it. For some reason, I just never had a spot to display it just yet. I have actually a few DCMT figures that I haven't opened. I have a friend that jokes around that I should open them all up and display them all. Some I do. Some I just still have in the package. I haven't found that right moment for them. But you know what? Hey, I'm a bit of a nerd like that. What am I supposed to say? So I did it. I took out the DCMT out of the package, and I'm glad I did, because as I have them side by side, I'm starting to realize that one of these figures are not to scale, DCMT or Mezco. And there's only one real way to find that out. Wait now, hold on. This is completely unnecessary. All I was trying to say was, hey, wait, yo, hold on a second. Who let him in here? Hey, somebody get him. Yo, what is happening? Everybody slow down. All I was trying... Sorry about that, collectors. We had a bit of technical issues there for a second, but everything's all good now. All I was trying to say was the best way to compare them to see which one is closer to scale was to add in a DCMT Batman and a Mezco Batman to see how they compare. Now, I'm not sure if it fully translates into the video, but the Robin from Mezco is almost eye to eye with Batman from Mezco, and it might be a deal breaker for some. For me, I'm gonna live with it. I can live with it because I just want it in the collection, and it depends on the pose you put him in. If you put him in a more of an action pose where his legs are kind of bent, it might look a little bit better. But if you're just having them in mannequin poses, you're gonna see that he's pretty tall. And it almost begs the question, how is the Nightwing gonna scale into all of this? So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Let's keep it moving. So now I've placed Mafex Nightwing beside the Robin, and again we have Batman Sovereign Knight in the mix, but the Mafex Nightwing and the Robin are practically the same height. I might even say that the Robin is taller than Nightwing. So this might play tricks in your collection. I don't know. You let me know what you think about that. So I'm going to use some DC MT figures to put in my comparisons. And I got Beast Boy and Clayface. And Clayface and the Robin, they pair great. I like that combination a lot. And then Beast Boy is a little bit taller, but I mean, it works, I guess. I feel like he's a little bit taller. But yeah, it works for me. So you did it, Mezco. You finally listened to the fans, and you gave us the Robin. So let me first start off by saying thank you. Thank you to the Mezco team. Thank you to the creation team, the design, the sculpt team. A lot of work went into getting this done, and you did a good job. You did a good job. You knocked it out the park. Is it perfect? No, But I mean, at this point, after waiting so long to get something, and I mean, I'm still a new collector. I couldn't imagine the original OG collectors that have been collecting Mezco figures for some time and still haven't gotten a Robin. And that's Mafex and Mezco 112 Juggernauts haven't given us a Robin yet. This is the first one. So I mean, thank you for taking the leap and doing it. So now we have to talk about a few things that maybe didn't hit. You know, not to sound ungrateful, always start with love, but you know, some things just didn't hit. Let's start up top with the head portrait. Of a few people complained about runs in the head portrait. Hold on, let me just take it off. Let me just take it off and put it right here for a second so you can see us up close. A lot of people had issues with their head portraits and the paint running. As you can see there, one. If you can see that there, some on the other side of mine. Yeah, just the paint running on some of the head sculpts, and this is a manufacturing defect because a lot of people had complained about it. So yeah, and this is the more standard head. So to have some runs on it might mess with you a little bit as you're admiring your collection. You might see that. You know, unless you go with the angry head sculpt or the smiling head sculpt, which honestly the smiling head sculpt is probably one I'll never use. Anyways, let's keep on moving. The hood is really tight. So when you're trying to put the hood on, you almost have to take the head off to get the hood on. And I mean, it's pleather, so you don't want to be gripping it or grabbing it too much with nails to give it that oomph. So you almost gotta take the head off, lift it up a bit, you know, put the head inside. Yeah, it's a production here, I won't lie. So the hoodie is real tight. So I mean, you're gonna have an issue with that if you just want to take it up or down. So just know that that's an issue. Another thing that people have made comments about. Again, not a deal breaker, but it exists. Not a deal breaker, but it exists, okay? The cape, though. The cape in itself, I think they did a really good job on the cape. The detail in the cape, the wiring in the cape, it just flows so nicely. You know? He moves very well. He moves really smooth. The cape just kind of flows with him. You know, I think the cape they did a really good job on that. You know, put them up like that. Yeah, man, they did a really good job there. The fact that they put the elastics on the cape is really ingenious. I mean, it keeps it very stable and it's not gonna move around too much. So the stability of your cape, you don't have to worry about. Pose it up how you like. It's not going anywhere. Let's keep on moving though. So off with the cape. We're gonna take that off. So give me one quick second. The detail in the suit has been done very good. The utility belt has been crafted and sculpted extremely well. Detail throughout the back of the tunic is done well. My only gripe with this, and y'all could let me know what you think, I wish there was more texture to the suit. Like I wish that the R was more of more raised or more of an embroidered on. Just a little more detail like that would have been something for me that would show that, you know, they really thought about that right there. Like, I mean, Batman's logo on his chest is a whole full plastic piece. This is just a print on with a little raise, you know. So I mean, some more detail like that would have been good. I like the textures throughout the bodysuit, done very well. Gauntlets, sharp. Be mindful, they're sharp. They are sharp. Boots, done very good. Done very well, I should say. Boots are done very well. Now he has big feet, and that's for posing. So I mean, this is one of those things where it's like, okay, his feet are huge, but you want that pose? This is what they have to do to give you that pose. And because he's not as tall of a figure, his feet look out of scale. But it makes sense. So those are just one of those things that you're just gonna have to deal with. So, is it a deal breaker? Is it worth getting? Absolutely. Flaws and all. You have to get it. You have to get this. If you're a Mafex or a Mezco collector, if you're a 112 collector, you need to get it. It's an essential in your collection if you're collecting Bat Family or Batman, because no one's given us a Robin yet, and if you want one, this is the one you're gonna have to get. Now, mind you, as I showed you earlier, the DCMT Robin does scale very well, especially since they're the same height. But I mean, nothing's gonna beat a nice Mezco 112 or even a Mafex just detail and sculpt. You know, you're not getting that from DCMT. So is it a buy? Yes. Worth it? Absolutely. You won't go wrong with this figure. Hey, let me know what you think below in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, until next time, peace.